Alright, everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. Apologies for being MIA, but just had been dealing with a lot of personal stuff on the side. And then between that and the heat wave that's been rolling through here, it just has been really hard to try to find time to record. Like I mentioned in a couple of other videos, I'm trying to avoid having the fan running in here when I do these recordings, just because it is a little bit distracting having that noise in the background. Hopefully in the next week or so, we'll hopefully be back to normal once things settle down a bit. But for today, at least, we're going to get around to the Shonen Jump stuff that's been building up in the backlog. So just finished recording videos for both of the Akane chapters. We're going to get to Kaiju in just a second here, and we're also going to get around to the latest Spy Family chapter today as well. Read-throughs will hopefully be back next week again. Now that I'm finally caught up with Alita, look forward to that coming back as well. Waiting for the weather to cool down and some stuff to settle down before I commit to doing those again. Be a lot of good stuff coming your way this week and the next. Goku Rakuga is also coming back in a couple of weeks. Looking forward to that. A lot of good stuff coming your way, so if you haven't already, please do consider commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. Especially with subscriptions, I'm almost very close to my goal of 169 subscribers. I think I'm only 6 away now at this point. So if you haven't already, if you'd like to help me out a couple of weeks before my birthday, I'd really love to get to that goal. It would make for a really great present. So if you'd like to help me out with that, that'd be greatly appreciated. But without further ado, let us dive into it with Kaiju No. 8, Chapter 90 by Noie Matsumoto, with translation by David Evelyn and lettering by Brandon Bovia. And we have Hoshina going, "I can't afford to lose when it comes to the blade." And Okanogi's like, "That's right, he can't lose. After all, he is the Defense Force's strongest close quarters combatant, Soshiro Hoshina." And you have Hoshina style quick slash technique. We pick up where we left off last time with him doing the quick EI draws. He slices off the arm and cuts through the leg of the kaiju. And you have number 1, Haze Draw. It's like, it connected. It's like, it doesn't have a grasp on single blade swordplay after all. And you see the kaiju just kind of looking mad at him. It's like, capitalize, keep up the pressure, Hoshina. It's like, you don't have to remind me. The next one, he drops very low, almost limbo pose, he's going close to the ground as he can, just dropping super low as he charges up the weapon. And you have a boof as he just does a little quick draw. He goes number 2, Wind Hole, and he just blasts this giant hole right through the middle of the kaiju's chest. It's like, he pierced the core. It's like, no. You see the kaiju glaring at him again. It's like a bagoom as it slashes and sends a wind slash at him. It's like, the core's not where yours was, number 10. It's like, makes sense, they take countermeasures to protect it. It's like, in that case, until we do find its core, we'll just have to hack, slash, and cleave the darn thing open. And you see him taking a fighting stance again as he does another draw and slices off the top half of the kaiju's head. He's like, the core's not in his head either. He kind of dashes low, going in for another strike. And you have him doing a dwapam as he dodges under one of the knife blades and cuts through his midsection. And he dodges another one, cuts it through here, and dodges again, cuts it again, keeps dodging, and he's cutting through different areas trying to find the core. And he goes, so it's in the neck, as one of the slashes finally opens it up. It's like, core detected. It's like, he's got it. And you see as he's going in for this thing, Kaiju's crossing his blades in front of it to try to stop it. You have a ka-ching. It's like, it's adapted already? Also blocked the blade with its arms and managed to sever the sword. It's like, this thing's like a walking pile of combat senses. It's like, in that case, and he goes and runs to one of the other. So he's got a bunch of swords, each dropped down to the capsule. So the next one opens up and he goes and grabs a fresh sword out of it. It's like, sword slay technique number 1, air slicer. It's a cross quick slash technique number 3, reverse clap. So he sends one blow in front of it, then he does another slice straight down it. It's like, he's combining forms to catch it off guard. It's like, this guy really is strong. And Okanogi's like, it's exuding in this fight. The effort that I've always seen from him was likely only a mere fraction. In order to fight against his own fate, he's been building up outrageous experience ever since he was a child, step by step, slowly and steadily. You have a shing as he cuts up another slice into it again. It's like, by a hair's breadth. It's like, full release time, 13 minutes, overheat imminent. And you see him doing another slash as the kaiju just like trying to slash at him. It's like, I can't afford to lose when it comes to the blade. It's like, you can do it. It's like return slasher cross haze draws. He slices off its arm again. It's like, there it is. It's wide open. It's like, you can do it, Vice Captain. He goes, quick slash technique number 6. And as he's going in for it, the kaiju also does the same pose of a one sword draw style. He's like, huh? It's like, what the hell is that thing doing? And he's like, quit screwing with me. This ain't some trick you can pull off through mimicry. And number 10's like, defend Hoshina! And you see that it is indeed one, as the kaiju just lashes out with the sword, and Hoshina has to bring up the scabbard and the sword to deflect as it's sending him flying back. As you have a to be continued. So, not a super lot to say on this chapter. Again, art has always been phenomenal. Like all the Hoshina sword draw techniques and everything were super crisp. No major criticisms with regards to that. But again, not super invested in this fight, not really super invested in Hoshina. So seeing him kite down the kaiju, it's kind of like, alright, we're kind of just going through the motions now. I mean, I as a reader, at least I'm going through the motions right now. Being like, alright, we'll see what he's going to do to win. He's going to overcome his technique. He's going to have to come up. I'm guessing that the end point of this with the, the kaiju being like, oh, is able to mimic and is starting to like copy the one sword style, is he's going to come up, like Hoshina's going to have to come up with like, I don't know, like a two sword style technique or something that incorporates number 10 into it to kind of overcome the thing. Is gonna like, this is gonna be like, it feels like it's leading up to Hoshina like achieving like a better synchronization rate, better compatibility with kaiju number 10, and kind of like them learning to understand each other better, which is like, all right, it's kind of typical Shonen Jump stuff. We're going through it, but again, there's nothing super compelling in the narrative to kind of keep you really invested in it. So like I've said a multitude of times before, at this point, I'm kind of really just waiting for the fights to end and this arc to be over, so we can kind of see where the narrative's going from there, because I'm just not super invested in everything going on right now, so it is what it is. But yeah, like I mentioned at the beginning, Connie videos should both be out by now. Expect Spy Family to drop as well once Kaiju's uploaded. Hopefully read-throughs will be back sometime next week. I'll try to do an announcement or like a channel update or something with regards to that once we get closer to that date. So look forward to that. Like I also mentioned at the beginning, if you do like this content, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. A lot of good stuff to check out. Like I mentioned, I'm very close to my subscriber goal, so if you'd like to help me reach that, that would also be greatly appreciated. And until next time, this is Ash. I'll talk to you all later.